don't know about you guys, but I'm getting so bored of Cold War Zombies. I find myself actually playing a ton of multiplayer, and ironically, the multiplayer community is finding themselves playing more zombies than usual. It's a weird little flip-flop. Not the point of today's video. What I came here to say was Cold War Zombies has a wonderful foundation. I think the entire zombies community agrees. Unfortunately, there is no content, and this leaves true zombies fans only one map to grind on, and it's a pretty mediocre map, at least for now, and we will compare it when there's other maps for this game, but for now, it's just a slightly above average remake of Nocturne on Totem. That being said, going for camos and leveling up my guns is all I can really do in Die Maschine right now, and it's very tedious. So I've started to notice some things that are bothering me about this map and the game mode, and I hope by addressing them, maybe Treyarch can improve the quality of life, or maybe the community will start talking about these things. I don't know. I doubt that will happen, but you know, I can dream. The first item I want to talk about is the XP problem, as well as leveling weapons. The community has been harping on this for a little while now, and it's something I can't see Treyarch ultimately changing, but it still needs to be discussed, and discussed honestly. Some people in the community have roughly estimated that solo players are earning very low XP rates on both their weapons and their characters compared to duos, trios, and quads in Cold War Zombies. And if I'm being completely honest about the XP levels in this game, I quite prefer them to having to level up everything individually in every single separate mode. And what I think Treyarch has done is merged and even lessened the time it takes to earn XP across the game. So instead of having to earn XP for everything in Blackout, multiplayer, and zombies, it's now all squished together, and in my opinion, that makes much more sense. What doesn't make sense is how, depending on how many players are in your lobby, you earn XP at a different rate. That's not exactly fair. I know in the past Call of Duty titles with 4-player zombies matches, you naturally get more zombies in a 4-player lobby, meaning you get more XP, but this is entirely different because the systemic foundation of Cold War Zombies has been completely renovated. So Treyarch, if you are out there, or the zombies community, if you are out there, please talk about this, and please Treyarch fix the XP exponential earn rate curve for solos regarding character and weapons. I get you don't want people to grind XP for weapon abuse and to, you know, go into multiplayer and Warzone and just, you know, spam everybody with top tier level Mac 10s or whatever, but you're hurting an entire community based on a small group of people who will probably exploit that. The next thing on the docket that I want to discuss is the unremarkable aspects of the map. In my opinion, these things are the map itself, the wonder weapon, and the quest line. Let's start with the map. Obviously, Die Maschine is not a bad map, but it's very uninspiring. There's no atmosphere at all from the map in its natural setting, and the only part of the map that's truly beautiful is the dark ether, and I do love this feature, don't get me wrong, but if this is how our maps are going to be from here on out, that seems like a little bit of a cop-out. We went from having launch maps like Shadows of Evil and 9 and Blood of the Dead and Voyage to a remastered Nocturne on Totem Bunker. I don't know, it just feels off to me. This could be the fault of Sledgehammer, and when Treyarch took over, they just made the best out of a bad situation, which would line up with the rumors that Sledgehammer was making a zombies map to go off of World War II zombies and the story that started with the Final Reich. So I'm hoping that the next maps are truly from Treyarch and will be atmospheric and have a life of their own, rather than depending on the dark ether orb as a gimmick for each map. The Wonder Weapon was also very underwhelming, as it is just more of the same elemental features that we have seen in 3 other maps at this point, which, you know, that's fine. I do like elemental stuff, but again, it feels like something was missing due to how streamlined the upgrade quests were and how simple the task was to obtain the Wonder Weapon. Don't get me wrong, I know they say that a lot. Getting the Stormbow and Dreisendrach isn't exactly hard, but it was great because you were using the personal qualities of the map to achieve it, rather than getting a key card and filling a soul box to get something that you can achieve from the mystery box. And that's another thing. Can we just stop putting Wonder Weapons in the mystery box, or at least put them in there after you unlock them from their unlocking quest? It's just lazy. And the last thing I want to address in this topic is the quest line of Die Maschine. It's very simple, and I actually think some of the steps are pretty cool, and I like how streamlined it is, but it was so easy. I was playing it the other day, and I don't really realize how I never noticed this, but it literally has the answers to finding the Aether Scope written on the floor. For example, it says vent next to the power switch, telling you where the part is. That's just a little too giving in my mind, Treyarch. And I don't mind a logic puzzle or a hint or, you know, kind of nudging us towards something, but you're straight up telling us the answer. The hunt for this quest lasted 2 hours, and myself and the rest of the community had been waiting for over a year to participate in this, and it was over before I could even get home and try to stream the Easter egg hunt. Not only was the quest way too easy, but the boss fight was also lame. Completing the quest just ends the game, and Treyarch also gives you no reward for completing the quest other than XP and Ethereum crystals or whatever the hell they're called. And I just don't understand this all or nothing mentality that they have in the studio for making maps be either super simple or super complex. And I think there is a balance to be had, and Black Ops 3 had found that balance. But it seems instead of enhancing or enriching features that we want or loved previously, feels like they're taking things away from us. Another subject I find to be probably the most important out of all these things is the new point system and the new salvage system. Before Black Ops 4, the zombies point system was based off how much damage you could get out of a zombie. Now, zombies are all the same set amount of points, and it doesn't matter which weapon you use to kill them because you will roughly end up with the same amount of points no matter what. And with salvage, the zombies drop 2 kinds of salvage, by the way, which we use to craft certain things rather than buying them with points, which supplements the need for more points to do other things in the map like Pack-a-Punch or buy perks. However, they need to double their earn rate. This earn rate is way too slow. I was playing Black Ops 3 the other day, and when I was on round 20, I had enough points to continually hit the mystery box, go down, buy my perks back, and Pack-a-Punch my new weapon, whereas in Cold War Zombies, you are always scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to both points and salvage. There's just simply not enough. I don't necessarily care if I'm fully upgraded with my character by round 20, but what bothers me is that I'm now locked into a certain playstyle. I have to stick with whatever weapons I choose in the beginning of the game. If I go down, I have to buy a new self-revive, which takes away from me being able to upgrade my gun's rarity, which decreases my damage output, which makes me go down again and again and again. And if I can't access all the features while playing, then what the hell is the point of having 2 currencies? They're not going to increase the earn rate of points in salvage, then they should at least allow double points to increase salvage and points instead of only points. I know this is a long video, guys, but we're almost done. We're almost out of the way with everything. I have 2 more topics, and this next one has to do with item drops. As I mentioned, salvage and points are scarce, so if they're not going to increase it, then maybe have more rare items from zombies. Have score streaks drop from megatons, and have self-revives drop more often from zombies. We also need different level of armor drops. So for example, it would be amazing if there was a super rare tier 3 armor drop that you could get. Imagine playing on round 10, you barely have any salvage and you kill a megaton and you get fully upgraded armor, and you can take your salvage and upgrade your gun 2 levels instead of, you know, spending it on half armor and half your gun upgrade rarity. That just would be amazing. And it doesn't have to be this way every time, obviously. That would be such a fun and lucky reward for even speedrunners to get, or new players who don't know what they're doing. It just randomizes the gameplay rather than this same experience every time you go into the map. I would also like to see a gas mask or a flak jacket type buildable or perk or drop inside of the game. While we technically do not know which enemy types are going to be in DLC 1 right now, in D Machina we have Plague Hounds and Megatons, and both of these ammos leave a toxic gas or an aura around them when the dogs die and the Megaton fires their radiating emitting shot at you. There are obviously gas masks in Warzone. Why can't they bring them into zombies and take up one of your equipment spots? This way we can have a buildable that rewards the player with protection but takes away a whole slot for grenades, monkey bombs, or stim shots, and I just think that could add a level of protection to the player and a level of reward that gives them some incentive as well as a risk by eliminating extra health, stun grenades, what have you. And finally, guys, we have the last topic of discussion, which is consumables, and I think zombies needs to have consumables again. I obviously don't want a bunch of pay-to-win mechanics in the game, but each zombies game right now is the exact same due to these other issues I have mentioned, and consumables would add a ton of variety to the game. It would also make the gameplay go faster, more fun, and make zombies less monotonous, which is the case since we only have 1 map at this point in time. The only problem with adding consumables at this point is that they actually took a lot of the consumable features from gobblegums and elixirs and put them in the gameplay. But Treyarch is pretty creative, and I'm sure that they could come up with something that would make things more exciting and curtail the experience into something more fresh. But only time will tell. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I've been thinking about this stuff for a while now, and I think there are some good ideas in there, or at least something that can get the conversation going in the community, assuming this video gets any traction, which, you know, who knows? It probably won't, but, you know, fingers crossed. Obviously, you don't have to subscribe. It would be great. Also, leave a dislike or a like and tell me what you want to see or critique the video so I can do better for you. Also, make sure you join the Discord and follow me on social media. All the links are in the description below, as well as on the channel banner. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.